How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about a new stock. Over the last year, we've seen some interesting developments. There's been a lot of money that's been thrown into circulation over the last year. You can see 23.6% of all US dollars were created in the last year. There are more stimulus plans right now. Take a look at this. Biden and Harris are talking about another $1.9 trillion relief plan. Some people think that there are going to be plans after this. It's caused a lot of fear about inflation. So a lot of people have gone to different types of commodities. We've seen last year, we saw a major dip in commodities along with the general stock market back in March, April, May. You can see here silver prices back in March went down to a low of $14.88 per ounce. You can see now it's up significantly. It's up about 70%. We can see lead. It did something very similar. Back in June of last year, in May of last year, it was down. In May, it was down to $16.26. Now it's up about 20%. We have zinc, which was also down very low back in April, May, June, and it's come up from about 1900 all the way up to 2700. So it's seen a massive increase too. There have been lows in oil too. There have been a lot of lows in commodities, and a lot of people are looking towards that to hedge against inflation because of all the money that's printed. We've seen massive lows for all these. A lot of people are wanting to get into these before, the electric vehicle market takes off, and there's a lot of promise in these companies. But before we get into the video, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, and if you haven't already hit subscribe, please hit subscribe. I really appreciate that, and let's get into it. The company that I want to talk to you today about is a mining company. This is a sponsored video, but I felt like I had to bring this to your attention because they have no debt. They've raised some good cash. They have really good mining projects from what I can see. They've had positive results. They have high insider ownership, and they're in a field right now. They're in a sector that is growing very quickly and has really good sentiment right now, especially with everything that's happening with stimulus and all that inflation. So the company we're looking at today, the ticker for the US is CLLXF. This is an OTC stock. I'll put the Canadian ticker down in the description too so you can check it out. This company has gone from 35 cents, 25 cents a share, all the way up to $3.47. And I'll explain why that is here in a second, why they've moved up so much. This is still a small cap stock. So they have gone up a significant amount, from 25 cents, 22 cents up over 1,500%. So they have moved up a lot because of some results that they've had from some of their soil samples. So just looking at the company, Callinex Mines, it's based in Canada. So right now they have zero debt, zero. They just announced $7.7 million worth of financing at $4 a share. Now this is Canadian. So after converting it, it's just barely lower than what the price is now. Now, they have 51% retail investors. They have 28% management and associates, so huge insider ownership. 21% institutional and family offices, so very strong there too. After looking through their bios from their management team, they have a lot of people with a lot of experience, like 10, 20, 30, 40 years of experience in the field. Now, one of the interesting things I find about this company is the fact that they're based in Canada and they have really good projects so far. So right now, they have 3 different projects that they're really focusing on. They have the Pine Bay project. So one of the interesting things about this one is that they're adjacent to high voltage power lines and historical shafts with direct road access and processing facilities. So for some people that don't know too much about mining, you might be wondering why that's even relevant. Well, you have to remember, this is not a third world country, right? This is Canada. So they already have a lot of the infrastructure built. These are in very mining friendly areas, these different districts and these different projects. And having that key infrastructure in place is really good for the future development of the project. The other thing is they had this rainbow discovery. So they had some really good results last year, back in September, and it caused the stock to go up. Back in September, they had a little bit of a jump here where they jumped up about 20%. Now, this is because of the rainbow discovery. This is interesting because they had high amounts of copper, silver, gold, and zinc. They found really good results there, and it caused the stock to jump up in price. Now, they raised about $7.7 million in cash because they want to explore this further. They want to mine, and they want to be able to get good results from this because they honestly had really good results from this discovery. So they want to capitalize on that by raising some cash. The next project is the Nash Creek project. Now, this one is pretty interesting too because they had a PEA in 2018. So if you don't know what a PEA is, it's a preliminary economic assessment. So with this, they had a third party come in and assess their land, assess their project. They had a pre-tax internal rate of return of 34% and a pre-tax NPV or net present value of $230 million. So this company is around a market cap of $40 to $50 million. The third-party result stated Nash Creek had a net present value of $230 million. This is just from one project, and this is in Canadian, so you can make the conversions, but they did have some good results from this Nash Creek project. You can see they actually followed up with the silver discoveries, and they also had announced to test the highly conductive anomalies in the Flin Flon mining district too, and this is when the price jumped around June of last year. It jumped pretty significantly at that point. Right before June, this was sitting at a 39 to 40 cent stock. By the end of June, we were up about 100%, and then from there, it kept on moving throughout July and jumped up significantly. So what happens? Well, they find some highly conductive anomalies, they have some good results, and then the stock price jumps. So this one also has world-class infrastructure, highway and transmission lines 1 kilometer away from the deposit. So this is good to see also. And Point Leamington has a sizable historic gold, copper, and zinc resource. So overall, I think there are a lot of positives going for this company right now. They did raise a lot of cash. They have zero debt. They have high insider ownership. They have a lot of catalysts coming up with drilling and mining and with their fully subscribed brokered financing. And remember what happened to their stock price when they had positive results from their mining in the past. When we're looking at June or July, they went up massively. Even just, again, looking from June through, to August, it was up 500%. So keep that in mind. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I would take a look into this company. I think that it has a lot of promise. It has a lot of potential. They have a lot of catalysts going for them, whether it's, just the whole market in general going up, or the fact that they have had some pretty positive results from what they've done so far. So let me know your thoughts on this one down below. Thank you for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. Thank you for hitting subscribe. I appreciate that too. If you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, definitely hit subscribe to see these. And if you want to check out the link down below to Patreon, you can see exactly when I buy or sell a stock. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.